Hey guys, Gary Z here. We're gonna have to replace a fence line in the back. It lasted about 12 years. The fence posts above ground and also the pickets are in good shape, but we had a lot of rot right around the ground level line all the way down below that. So I'm attempting to treat these new posts in a way that will be able to get more time out of this fence. This is especially good in climates that have a lot of rain. So let me show you how we're gonna do it. It's kind of the way the old ranchers did it back in the day. I am starting with pressure treated 4x4x8s, which I've already got lined up in the backyard here. And I'm gonna take it from there. Before we start treating the new posts, I just kind of want to show you this old fence line. You can see it's really swaying, and the posts have lost their base is basically underground, so they're so weak that the fence is just kind of floating, and basically this tree is holding up the fence at this point. Now this fence has about 12 years old, but with doing some extra treatments to the posts, we feel like we should be able to get at least 20 years out of a fence post. So let's get started with that process now. So here we have the pressure treated brand new posts from Home Depot. I'm going to treat probably about half, the bottom half of the posts with some used motor oil. That's going to keep insects from messing with it, and it also give it a little bit of additional seal. After that's well dried up, we're going to use a waterproof membrane. I'm going to show you that when we get to that part of the process. All right guys, I don't know if you can see it here, but I have this some used motor oil, nice and sludgy, and we're gonna paint these about halfway down with this. Actually doesn't look bad, but the main thing is it just really deters insect intrusion. Now I will say there are certain parts of the country where there are laws against using motor oil for underground purposes. Diesel oil is also often recommended. So if you're in one of those, or you might want to check, your local statutes to see if there is any issue like that. Now you can still use the waterproof membranes that we're going to be doing next, but the motor oil may not be allowed in all parts of the country. So I did finish painting the posts, and it came out good. It did take quite a while to dry, so next time I might use a 50% mix of diesel fuel just to speed it up a little bit. The second coat now for the lower part of the post, and the very top is going to be this aquaproof primer, which will completely waterproof the base of the post and not let water seep into the post underground. I'll put a first coat on here. It's probably really all I need. I'll probably put a second coat on. There's one, so you can see I put a little bit on the top that's going to be exposed to the rain right here, and then this has only been treated here with the motor oil, and then as you get down to the part of the post, probably go underground about that far, you want to have it just sticking out the top, this waterproof barrier of the ground. And then another important factor is you want to leave the base of the post untreated other than with the oil, but not with the waterproofing, because any water that does seep into the post, it needs to go out through the ground here into the ground. So another factor when you're dropping the posts in, you don't want concrete underneath. So what you want to do is drop a little gravel in, maybe a slight bit of dirt up to about here, and then you can lay concrete on the sides and no water will be able to seep in. But any water that does get into the post will be able to seep out through the bottom. This should give this, in a climate like ours where we have a lot of rain, a life of at least 20 years, whereas they can be as short as 6 years, 6 to 9 years in ground before this whole base starts to rot out.